Hello everyone and welcome to Creative Walks. Sorry I've been away for a little bit. Even this morning my wife, as we say in Portuguese, pulled my ear and said, "When are you going to record your daily walks?" And after feeling a little bit of shame, I decided to record it again. I'll try to make it consistent. Anyway, so today I want to talk about something sort of related to this New Year Eve goals, but it's more like about some tactical approaches to art making in a way that usually artists are very reticent to do. And I got inspired by this because I was listening to an audiobook by Tim Ferriss, The 4-Hour Workweek, which is about 10, 12 years old now. It's a fantastic book, very interesting, but independently of the very funny title, it talks about this idea of outsourcing certain activities. And I was very interested about that for a long time. But then as a freelancer, one of the things that happen a lot is that you have to be the bottle washer and the cooker and the waiter of your restaurant, right? So you have to do everything. And one of the things that Tim argues is that you should outsource certain things to other people so that it can free up your time. And then one of the things that I was thinking about, that I'm about to do today, is to do something that is very common in business practices, but for whatever reason, usually artists don't bother doing it, and I think it's very useful, which is sort of it's a combination of a mind map with an org chart. But the idea is basically that you get all the components and all the steps that you usually do about projects, and you put them all in one big mind map. What's the use of that? That way, you can know exactly what steps need to be taken again and again and again according to your deliverables. By deliverables, I mean whatever you are creating. So let me give you an example. With this podcast, for example, I have to record it, then I have to clean up the audio, I have to write posts about it, and then I have to upload it to the cloud. That's a very simple procedure. It's like a 4 or 5 to maybe 6 steps related to it. But then whenever I'm talking about my work in photography or my other work or the work that I do together with my wife or my design work, all those things, they all have very different, distinct steps. And what I was noticing as I was starting to work a little bit on this today is how much time you spend on certain activities which are very, let's say, low maintenance, like very time consuming, but not very much brain or creativity related. And independently if you are in a place of your life that you can actually outsource it, I think it's a very valuable exercise to know all the steps that exist in your artistic organization, so to speak. So I will work on this today, and then hopefully I'll show to you tomorrow what I'm working on. But just something to think about, like what kind of systems, let's say that if you had to transfer your work to, or parts of your work to another person, what kind of work would that be? And then the other thing that I'm planning to do is to create this mind map that, of course, since I work with my wife on a bunch of projects, a lot of our things interlap. So my idea is to not only to see the things that must be done by me, the things that must be done by her, then the things that we like to do, and then the things that we have to do but not necessarily like. And then that would eventually help whenever we get to the level of getting an assistant or outsourcing to other companies. We can go ahead and know exactly what to expect of an employee. So with that, I'll leave you to think about your own practice, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.